If you're listening to this right now, you are not average, and you are not meant to live an average life. You want more control, more money, more confidence, more respect, more results. But here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. Talent doesn't separate winners from losers. Consistency does. Before you hear another word, make a decision. If you are serious about changing your life, watch this until the very end. Not halfway. Not until it feels good. The breakthrough you're looking for is not in motivation, it's in mastery, and mastery begins with consistency. The law that governs all success. Napoleon Hill taught this clearly. Success is not accidental, emotional, or random. It is the result of laws, mental, behavioral, and habitual laws. And consistency is the law that activates them all. Success is not built in dramatic moments. It is not born in bursts of excitement or inspiration. It is built quietly through repeated actions performed long after motivation fades. The man who wins is not the one who works hardest once. It's the one who returns every day, regardless of mood, energy, or circumstance. Consistency is the backbone of achievement. It is the invisible force behind every empire, every fortune, every respected name. When people admire success, they see the result, but they never see the years of repetition that made it inevitable. Why explosive effort always fails? Most people operate in cycles: excitement, effort, exhaustion, quitting. They sprint for a short time, burn out, and then wonder why nothing changes. Here is the rule. Success is not a sprint. It is a controlled, relentless march. The world will try to sell you shortcuts, hacks, and overnight wins, but those are illusions. Anything gained without consistency is unstable and temporary. Real success belongs to those who keep moving when progress feels slow, when results are invisible, and when the work becomes boring. The man who shows up on bad days will always outperform the man who only shows up when he feels inspired. Consistency is not perfection. Understand this clearly. Consistency does not mean flawless execution. You will stumble. You will have off days. You will make mistakes. That is human. But failure is not missing a step. Failure is stopping. Miss one day, learn from it. Miss 2 days, correct it. But quitting? Quitting is a decision, and it is a decision you cannot afford if you want to win. Consistency is about returning, again and again, even when you're tired, even when you doubt yourself, even when no one is watching. Identity, the real source of discipline. You don't become consistent by trying harder. You become consistent by changing who you believe you are. What you repeatedly do becomes your identity. Act disciplined long enough, and you become disciplined. Show up consistently, and you become reliable. Identity is shaped by behavior, not wishes. If you want success, you must become the kind of person who deserves it. That doesn't happen through motivation. It happens through repetition. When consistency becomes part of your identity, discipline stops feeling like force and starts feeling natural. Purpose creates endurance. You cannot stay consistent without purpose. Aimless effort always collapses under pressure. Most people don't fail because they're lazy. They fail because they are unclear. They haven't decided what they want badly enough to endure discomfort. Without a compelling purpose, daily discipline feels meaningless. Ask yourself this question honestly. What must I become in this life? Not what's convenient, not what's expected, what your soul demands. Once you find that answer, everything changes. Your habits align, your priorities sharpen, your days gain direction. Consistency becomes easier because your actions now serve something bigger than comfort. Consistency destroys procrastination. Procrastination survives where commitment is weak. Consistency ends the debate. It says, this is who I am. This is what I do every day. You don't need more information. You don't need another strategy. You need execution. Success doesn't belong to the most intelligent. It belongs to the most consistent executor. Every action you repeat is programming your future. Most people never get results because they keep changing directions. They quit too early. They abandon progress before momentum forms. Success comes from doing the right things long enough for results to compound. The power of repetition consistency turns small actions into massive outcomes. It builds character, confidence, and self-trust. When you keep promises to yourself daily, your mind learns that your word matters. Your confidence stops depending on external validation. You become internally aligned, and that alignment is powerful. Consistency is a muscle. It grows through resistance. Every time you push past fatigue, distraction, or doubt, you strengthen it. And the stronger it becomes, the harder it is to stop. Winning happens when no one is watching. Most people perform when there's applause. Winners perform when there's silence. Consistency is forged in solitude, in early mornings, late nights, and quiet discipline. When you show up without recognition, you separate yourself from the crowd. That's where real momentum is built. Not on camera, not on social media, in private. Discipline is freedom. This is a truth few understand. Discipline is not a cage, it is liberation. When you rely on consistency instead of motivation, you free yourself from emotional chaos. You no longer wait to feel ready. You move because it's who you are. Consistency bridges the gap between potential and reality. Without it, talent decays. With it, average becomes exceptional. Your patterns reveal your future. You are becoming something every day, whether you choose it or not. Your habits are shaping your destiny right now. Look at your consistency. That's the truth. Words lie, intentions lie, patterns do not. If your actions don't match your vision, something must change, and it must change now. Build structure, not hope. Success is a reflection of structure. The man who succeeds controls his schedule. He doesn't react, he executes. Motivation will die. Consistency survives. Once built, it becomes automatic. You no longer force progress, it flows. The cost and the reward consistency will cost you comfort, convenience, and your old identity. But it gives you confidence, clarity, mastery, and freedom. Resistance will test you. Distractions will tempt you. Doubt will challenge you. That's the process. The harder it becomes to continue, the more powerful you become by doing so. From today forward, let your actions speak louder than your intentions. Build your life brick by brick. Start small, but start. Track your habits. Build streaks. Stack days. Let momentum carry you forward until consistency becomes who you are. One day success will find you, and when it does, you'll know the truth. It wasn't luck. It was consistency, and it was worth it. If this message spoke to you, take action now. Commit, stay consistent, and become the man your future is waiting for.